Hey there, TikTakers! Today we bring you a new entry in the world of serial killers, where we'll be talking about a especially peculiar case. Today's protagonist was the first officially registered serial killer in the history of Spain, as well as the only registered case of lycanthropy in the country. This is the case of Manuel Blanco Romasanta. Yes, you heard us right. Lycanthropy. In the middle of the 19th century, a legend is spread all over Europe. It was said that in Galicia, in the northwest of Spain, there was a werewolf that killed women and children to get the fat out of their bodies and then sell it. Romasanta was born in 1809 in a small Galician town. His parents thought he was a girl until he turned 8 years old. So, in his birth certificate, his name was Manuela, a female name in Spanish. Later on, they discovered that Romasanta had hermaphroditism. He had female reproductive organs, but his body produced an excessive amount of masculine hormones, leading him to have severe fits of violence. It is also known that he was shorter than 1 meter and 40 centimeters. In that he actually knew how to read and write, which was rare in his times. Romasanta married when he was 22 years old and worked as a tailor, but his wife passed away shortly after. He then changed his profession to become a street vendor, which allowed him to travel through different parts of Spain. And soon, his first crime would take place. He committed in the city of León, where he murdered the city's bailiff, Vicente Fernández. In 1844, Romasanta was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but he managed to escape from jail and hid in the mountains of his province. Romasanta managed to adapt to his new environment in town, but shortly after, strange things started to happen. Many women with children who had contact with him would disappear. He would offer them his help to guide them through unknown roads, but those women and children were never seen again. Some families even received fake letters from Romasanta, making the families believe that his victims were actually fine. But it was all elaborate lies. However, eventually he would make a mistake that would end up exposing him. Romasanta always kept his victims' clothes to sell them later. This raised suspicion among people, spreading rumors about him being dangerous. Moreover, people also started believing that he fabricated soap using the fat from the body of his victims, and that he would commercialize it along with other products in Portugal. Romasanta's story became widely known until he finally had to flee from town. He was captured in 1852 in the city of Toledo. Eventually, everyone knew the legend of a bloodthirsty criminal who was nicknamed the Sacamantecas, which means fat extractor in Spanish. This figure was even used by parents to scare their children when they misbehaved. After being captured, the police brought Romasanta back to Galicia to carry out his trial. Once there, Romasanta admitted he had murdered 9 people. However, 17 victims were being attributed to him, but that wasn't the weirdest part. During the trial, Romasanta said to the judge that he was cursed and that due to that curse, he would transform into a werewolf. He even said that he had been lurking in the Galician mountains with other werewolves. The tribunal, not believing his word, asked him to transform right there and then if his story was true. However, Romasanta said that his curse had been lifted and that he would never be able to transform again. All of this is recorded in the official documents of the trial. 2,000 written pages certifying the declarations of the murderer. The trial lasted for almost a year, and the judge pronounced his sentence in April 1853. Romasanta was given the capital punishment, in this case, death by garrote. He would also have to pay a compensation of 1,000 reales for each victim. However, Romasanta's attorney disagreed with the sentence, so he argued against it by saying there was not enough evidence to declare Romasanta guilty. Besides, he also asked for mercy to the current Queen of Spain, Isabel II, taking the case to the Supreme Court. He was being guided by a French doctor who wanted to convince the sovereign that they should keep Romasanta alive to be able to study him clinically. The doctor believed that the murderer suffered from a psychiatric disorder actually named lycanthropy, where a person believes he can transform into an animal, like a wolf in Romasanta's case, but is not completely conscious of his actions. And to everyone's surprise, the Queen changed Romasanta's death penalty for life imprisonment. It is said that Romasanta passed away around 1863, but it's not clear where and how, although many say it was due to a stomach cancer. This story, filled with horror and weirdness, is still a mystery to us TikTakers, and some movies were even made about this case, such as The Wolf's Forest, directed by Pedro Olea in 1971, and Romasanta, The Hunt of the Beast, directed by Paco Plaza in 2004. The legend says that those who walk through the Galician mountains at night, under the full moon, can still hear the howls of Romasanta the werewolf. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!